On the Weather Channel, your local forecast.
Along the East Coast, near record heat, in some cases record heat, on Tuesday afternoon. Hi, I'm Dave Schwartz. Folks, we're looking for water to help cool them down. Well, in one case, it came down from the sky too hard. Here in Yonkers, lightning, thunder, tree branches and limbs down. Reports of hail, too. Look at the damage you can imagine that tree did to this property. Some cars took it on the chin. Here in Nags Head, North Carolina, it was water in the pool. We had sunshine all day in the Outer Banks and all of North Carolina. Daytime high temperatures in the 90s. Mom, Dad, and the kids were out here. And we needed it. We needed relief from this heat. Look at the record highs, not only in Phoenix and Tucson and Pueblo, but on the East Coast here too. Temperatures near 100 degrees. Up to New York on Long Island, 96. And Syracuse at 94 degrees. Hot stuff. And there's not much relief in sight here tonight, too, unless you have that fan blowing hard or the air conditioner doing its thing. Woo, I'll tell you, there are no more showers left to cool us down. Just a couple here in western Massachusetts, in upstate New York, into Vermont, like we need more showers up here, and a cluster coming over a big, strong ridge of high pressure that's sitting right over Texas. This mesoscale convective system will rotate around toward the southeast. It might get you in Tulsa and Oklahoma City toward morning rush hour. We'll keep an eye on that. Plus, we've got some scattered strong thunderstorms here in Minnesota, North Dakota, and Montana. Some of those have gone severe here, too, with gusty winds and some hail. Meanwhile, further south in the Gulf of Mexico, at this hour, we are keeping an eye on a developing area of low pressure. Now, it's not all that low, but during the day on Tuesday, our tropical forecasters here at the Weather Channel took note of a swirl to the clouds in a counterclockwise fashion. There wasn't much in the way of shower activity over this thing because the winds aloft have been very strong, and that cut off any bubbling. But it appears as if the winds aloft may be a little bit lighter here tonight. And you can see the cyclonic nature to these showers right around the center of our swirl. Now, as I said, the pressure's not all that low, but it's lower in the western Gulf than it is in the eastern Gulf. Winds at a nearby buoy are blowing out of the northwest, and that indicates that that low-level circulation is going. Now, we don't expect any explosive development here, but since it is so proximal to the coast, Louisiana and Texas in particular we're going to keep a close eye on this one. It is not a tropical depression. It is not a tropical anything. It is, well, it is a tropical something. It's just not organized enough to be a tropical depression at this point. But the Tropical Prediction Center does have a reconnaissance plane scheduled to take off from Keesler Air Force Base here in Biloxi, Mississippi on Wednesday during the midday hours. And depending on what they see once the sun rises, they may just fly into this thing. Keep it in mind. Right now, all the Texas beaches look just great during the day on Thursday, and the showers we had here over at Chafalaya Bay are gone. But there is an area of concern in the western Gulf of Mexico. Okay, with that in mind, let's head into your forecast during the day Wednesday. We find very little on our weather map. A couple of lows in the west. This one having to do with heat and rising air more than anything. This one, a developing area of low pressure in association with those storms in Montana here tonight. And then along the east coast, that's where we're going to find most of the severe weather. Not that there's going to be a lot of severe weather, but there will be some gusty, tumultuous thunderstorms, tempestuous storms, as you saw on Tuesday, from Georgia, from Oglethorpe County and Putnam County and DeKalb County, right in the Atlanta metropolitan area, all the way up the spine of the Appalachian Mountains, mainly to the east of the Appalachians. There's going to be a chance of thunder showers in the afternoon for Portland, Boston, Hartford, New Haven, New York City, Philadelphia, and I'll tell you, those thunderstorms will be welcome relief from the intense heat that we are expecting to see here on Wednesday. Look at the daytime high temperatures. 90s and 100s, just a few 80s, and a little bit cooler here in the Pacific Northwest. And now that we're getting into the heat, thought we'd hit a couple of tips supplied to us by the American Red Cross. If you're going to be outdoors in this kind of heat, wear lightweight, light-colored clothing. Don't do any strenuous activity during the hot hours of the day, and cover all your exposed skin with high SPF sunscreen, 15 or above. Words to the wise as we get into the dog days of summer. Here's your travel forecast for the rest of the week, my friend.